The titles on porn sites are just, they're all fucked up, you know? Like, you try to watch a white porn and the titles are like, stunning young blonde, pleasures, a handsome young stud who was in shape. And then you go to a black porn and then titles like, ghetto ass whore. Fucks a stupid young felon hood thug. And then for some reason at the end of it, like, gangster sex. I'm like, gangster sex? Why would they put that? You know, it's like they don't even give us complete sentences for our titles, dude. You know, like, and it's like, it's not just that. You know, like, you know, it's a white guy uploading these videos because, let's be honest, when's the last time y'all have heard a black man say the word whore? The answer, fucking never. That's a white guy term, 100%, you know? But yeah, like, so I've been single, you know, I've been on Tinder a lot, you know, I've been on Tinder quite a bit. Oh yeah, man. You single too? I'm not gay, I just yeah. But no, I've been on Tinder quite a bit, and I matched this really buff woman, you know, like really buff, I mean like tire flipping, doing shot puts in her pics and shit, you know? And I don't mind dating a woman that looks like the principal from Matilda. But I also don't know how I feel about a woman that's been training to turn her vagina into a trash compactor. You know, like I could piss her off and just be like, hey, I like how your eyebrows aren't as thick as mine. And she'll take it the wrong way and just like hydraulic press my dick. Like just, that would be bad for me, you know? But, so I would have unmatched her, like I was gonna unmatch her, but she was my only match, you know? Like, so I just decided to engage in conversation with her because I'm depraved, you know? Like, so we're having a conversation, it's going pretty good, you know what I'm saying? Like, the convo's going great, actually. Until she says this. She's like, yeah, in bed, I'm pretty solid. And I'm like, solid? Solid how? And she's like, what do you mean solid how? I mean, like, well, is the sex gonna be good? Or is it gonna be like, sturdy? You know? Like, are you gonna put your Timberlands on before we do this shit? You know, like, what are you gonna do? Give me a lap dance to the Home Depot theme song? You know, like, when you have issues, do you go to the gynecologist? Or do you go to Lowe's? That's all I wanna know, you know? But yeah, so that went great, you know what I'm saying? She unmatched me. So I just keep swiping, and eventually I matched this really, really gorgeous woman, young white woman, and she was into the stars and the moon and crystals and, you know, birthstones and stuff like that. So I'm like, all right, man, she's so fine, I gotta hit her with a pickup line. You know, I can't fumble this one. So I hit her with this. Fellas, wear your notepads, get them out, please. You're gonna wanna keep this one, trust me. So I hit her with this. I was like, damn, girl, you a space witch? Cause that astrology. Yeah, it's pretty good, right? I was like, yeah, that astrology. Gangster sex. Yeah. It's pretty good, right? Yeah. That shit works. that should actually work. You know, we started dating for a couple of weeks, and eventually she wanted to come back to my place. And at first I was a little reluctant to invite anybody into my personal space like that, but you know, it had to happen eventually. So I let her come over, and first thing she noticed was that I had a lot of candles. You know, I mean like a lot of candles. I mean like a cathedral seance amount of candles, you know? And she's like, oh, you have a lot of candles. Are you really into spirituality and stars and all that too? And I'm like, nah, I don't have a lot of candles because I'm into spirituality. It's mainly because me and Duke Energy have recently had a bit of a disagreement. You know, yeah, man, that went well, actually. You know, that went pretty good. Nah, it fucking sucked. It sucked. I still have candles in my house. Me and Duke Energy are still beefing. Yeah, man. But I dated another woman. You know, I love. You know, I wanted to match these type of women at first, you know, in the first place, because I love really mature women. You know, I mean, I love like women in their 60s. They're great, you know what I'm saying? They're amazing. It's very fine wine, you know, they're very experienced. There's no nonsense, you know what I'm saying? There's no arguing, you know. The only time stuff gets heated is when they're having a hot flash. You know, and I love that, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's just no animosity, you know? So I matched another nice, mature woman, and I'm just like, hit her with another pickup line. Y'all ready? This one's sick as hell too, all right? So I'm like, damn, girl. I bet sex will make me feel like Indiana Jones. Being there moving cobwebs out the way and shit. You know? Finding ancient artifacts that are your clitoris. You know? There'd be a little Asian boy in there for some reason. Every older woman in here I see sitting with a dude. What the fuck? That was my Mac game. You know, that was a blanket Mac, a blanket like freaking pickup line, and there's nothing in here for me. Hey, my guy, you still available? Any chance?